It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
It'll be a little weird, to not race or practice or test or nothing and just show up at Daytona and practice and qualify. And then, the good thing about Daytona is you always get to run the duel or whatever it is, whatever they call it now. But so that'll be cool to be able to get in the car and race some before the actual 500.
And so it always intrigued me, and I always had a lot of regard for what the sport was and found out a lot about it through the years. But until I'd experienced it and seen this place firsthand, I really had no idea what this style of racing was all about and how great it really is, and how this place really does have something special about it. I mean, when you turn up here and you look at the banking and you get here for race day, it is a special place.
Certainly, with this season getting started and getting the race cars back going, I think it's going to create, a buzz. It's going to create a lot of excitement around the community and the race fans and all that. I mean, I know everybody's looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be a good thing for everybody to get going again. And it's going to create some excitement among companies to see the fans coming out, see the racing going on again. I feel like, I expect to be about normal for our Speedway program, which usually, drops us in right in the middle, the heart of all the race cars on speed. And, that's not a bad place to be. It could be worse, obviously, and you could be up front in the top 3 or 4. But we feel like we haven't, found anything spectacular like we stumbled across, a ton of.
I came from kind of a different background to the stock car world, I think, through the sports car racing that I did. So, for me, it's been big jumps and learning a lot. And, I think for everybody coming to the truck series, obviously in their rookie year, they're learning a lot, but especially it was for me. I mean, up to the, green flag at the Daytona truck race last year, I'd only ever run 5 stock car races. So it was a lot of learning that I did this year.
Well, the interesting thing is if you can't have the right tire, then what are you really learning? And that's for each team to make the decision themselves. We struggle taking a tire that's has completely nothing to do with where you're testing for, and being able to apply a whole lot of what you learn. No matter how hard you work on bump stops, no matter how hard you work on shocks, no matter how hard you work on geometry, at the end of the day, the last thing that touches the road is the tire. And the tire has a huge bearing on how your car drives. So, at what point are you learning, and how effective is it? And that's for each team to decide. We haven't done a tremendous amount of off-season testing because, we don't feel like that we have the tire that's going to give us the information that we really need. Now, last year, we tested a lot. I mean, the 31 and the 29 in particular tested a great deal. We tested as much as any single teams. We thought we got results from that, but we had the right tire. Without the right tire, I don't know. So what we've tried to do is not test as much and take that money and put in stuff that hopefully will yield a result. If it doesn't, I can tell you we'll be doing a lot of testing and trying to do it the old-fashioned way. But it's clear to me, as it is, I think, most people, that as we continue to invest in technology and we continue to find other ways to do it, that ultimately is going to be more effective than going to a racetrack and testing, especially when you can't go to the racetrack that you're going to race on. If we were going to, trust me, if we were going to go to, if NASCAR just said, hey, you can go to Daytona and test, we're going to be here because that's very effective. If you can go to Texas and test, we're going to be there because that's very effective. I don't know how effective testing Rockingham, which is extremely rough racetrack, very low grip, on tires that we're not going to race anywhere, I don't know how effective that is. Other than, shaking the rust off. And new teams and stuff like that, I think, can receive benefit from it. But you're not going to fine-tune a California setup at Rockingham. I can promise you that.
But if we keep saying that we have excitement and a great show, there's a lot of people that might not have enjoyed this particular sport just yet and say, rather than going to an NBA game, why don't we go over there and go to Daytona, go to California, go to a race? Because they still got a lot of hype in that sport, and they're not talking about the problems that we have. They're being positive. Let's go enjoy that.
I can't sit here and describe. I mean, it's hard to tell what we really feel in the car. That you will obviously not be able to see just by looking through a camera, and unless you've done like a, one of the ride-along programs or something like that, where you actually get the sensation of speed, to really know what we're feeling. It's kind of hard to describe.
Look forward to going into the season. It'll get here when it gets here. We got a few more weeks of off-season left, Super Bowls to watch and whatnot, but. Just being around the racetrack today has been exciting, truly, to drive in and see the banks and the school cars going around, to sit here with the trophy and see some of the press and some of the other drivers. Really sort of get your blood boiling a little bit, get you excited about coming back.
Nobody really knows where they stack up right now because we haven't been to an organized test, and so. In that, with that in mind, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, just wondering how we're going to unload there at California. But I think we have a lot to look forward to. Our teams, finished really strong, and I feel like we made some changes in the offseason. They're going to be positive ones on the crew, some additions that they're going to be great. And I just hope I'm sitting up here after the race on Sunday.
Any veteran that you talk to, if they're honest with you, they'll tell you that, sometimes it takes a little longer to transition through new cars, new setups, new tires. And so last year, was a little bit of an adjustment for me that I think I'm well prepared for this year, but might have, got a little bit behind on it last year.
Well, I know how important it was for me to have Tony my rookie year. Tony really taught me a lot my rookie year. Not necessarily, some things on track, but a lot of things off the racetrack. And, that really helped with my learning curve. And if I did make a mistake on the racetrack, he was the first to come to me right after the race is over and say, next time you should do this or that. And I think that's going to be on mine and Kyle's shoulders to do for Joey.
Well, Hornaday and I have a much different relationship than, most everybody. From an owner-driver standpoint, just because Ron and I go way back as far as being friends and racing against each other, and he's been a huge help to getting my career where it is today. So he is a lot like myself. It's just taking him to the point of being 50 to slow him down enough to where I could ever keep up with.
For one, it's all about the fans. I mean, we wouldn't even be where we're at, and I think Dale's taught me that. If it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And you treat people how you want to be treated. And I try to treat people like they want to be treated. I mean, I have fun with a lot of people.
Frankly, I don't see how he can be ranked at the top seed. And I'm trying to, I mean it in kind of a joking way, but finished second, we won. So I don't understand that part. But, Carl is going to be tough. I would expect that the 18 would be tough as well. I think we've shown over the last 3 years that we can win on all types of tracks. We can be out to lunch like we were last year at the start and still come back and win the championship.
Drew's going to do a great job. I'm looking forward to it. He's got a great personality. He's really upbeat. I think he's going to bring a spark to our team and some enthusiasm. And Chip's going to be able to spend more time on making the cars fast. Last year that really hurt. He had to take away time from working on the cars to do some of the other normal crew chief duties.
I kind of relish the underdog role, to be honest. It's inspiring to me. It gives me something. It drives me to prove that we can do it. So, I kind of like it in a way.